Well, good Sunday afternoon, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. I see Chris May has wrestled the lead on the fan engagement right now from Holly Pierce and crew. Lady Libra is at third place, and Dan 1985 is in second place. Shout out to everybody that's here. I see Logan Motorsports. Micah might be a commander. I think that is, of course, the first person that I had join me here is our lead commander here, Momo, who, of course, doesn't want a Micah Parsons because he's only a pass rusher, that he's a bum and doesn't need him. So in case you all don't know what we're talking about, what we had was at Fanatics, Kevin Durant, who was surprised to be traded to the Houston Rockets, found out literally about 10 minutes before he was supposed to be doing autograph signing and stuff at Fanatics with Micah Parsons. And he ended up saying that Micah Parsons, he sees with the Commanders within 2 years. Listen to this shit.
Here. Do you want to recruit him to the Commanders? Yeah. Micah, get on in here. He's not signed to the Cowboys. Let's do this.
I think he will be a commander at some point in his career.
When?
I would say 2 years from now.
Yo, I only rock with Dan Quinn, you know what I mean? Anybody else?
Exactly. That's all he need to rock with.
My neck hurts. You guys are too tall. I can't handle this. Micah, I love you. Which is here. Do you want to?
I only rock with Dan Quinn is what he said. Huh. Is that a shot fired at the Dallas Cowboys? And I see Momo with a smile on his face. I think you'd like to have that. Would you like to see him there in 2 years?
Actually, no.
Bullshit. If that ended up being that you found out, 5 minutes from now, Micah Parsons traded to the Commanders, you'd be partying like a mother humper. You know you would. You would.
With that bullshit they just announced, and he said it's all about negotiations. He ain't going to no Commanders in 2 years. He gonna be a Cowboy within the next 2 months or next month. Within 30 to 40 days, he's going to be a Cowboy. He's going to sign a contract.
Oh, shit. We got Holly Pierce joining us. Oh, man. Holly Pierce. Well, hello there. How are you doing? Your mic is muted. Your mute is muted. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. How you doing, Holly? Great to see you.
I'm doing okay. I just want to say a quick hi.
Okay.
And surprise.
Welcome. Well, here, I need you to bitch slap Momo and tell him that Micah Parsons ain't going nowhere near the Commanders.
Oh, hell no. He ain't going nowhere.
I just said that.
Hell no.
How you doing,
Well,
Holly?
good. I'm glad we're on the same brain.
There we go.
Yeah. We're on the same brain. It's a publicity crap. He's trying to, and the Cowboys knows this. It's nothing to it. Fanatics. Guess who else is at Fanatics? Wrestling stuff. You got all kinds of other stuff going on there.
Well, see,
so this is like a promo. They doing promo like you're doing wrestling.
Well, here's the thing that
Come on now, stop it.
Everything is turned into money. Let's be clear. When I first started going to the CSA shows, like 13 years ago, it was, kind of small potatoes going to autograph signing shows. Well, Fanatics is kind of, over the last couple of years, has changed it quite a bit where they've signed a lot of the big name players. Trevor Lawrence, who had just gotten his contract the week before, when he showed up late. He was with Fanatics, and it was $275 for his autograph. Now, you tell me, Trevor Lawrence, $275, Michael Irvin, $125.
It's ridiculous.
What has Trevor Lawrence done to deserve $275 autograph?
He needs it for his hair products.
His hair products.
Well, anybody who ends up being with Fanatics, they will only sign NFL licensed merchandise and stuff, and the prices on it are so high up there. It's insane.
Here's my problem with Fanatics. They just got on the scene and they pumping all this money, and pumping this money. And I don't know who owns. Technically, I don't know who owns it. But here's the thing: I have to care less. by Fanatics. I buy my hats there. I buy some gear there. But I would never go to one of these shows because it's pointless. Because because I ain't worthy to be in their presence.
Well, here's where I do. Let's see, I'll differ a little bit. Well, one, I go to the sports shows because I like to get the autographs and stuff and on merchandise and
it's
give them away.
Mark.
Huh?
It's meaningless.
Well, to some people it is. Okay. I can't say that when I look up here at the football gods that I have up here and having Tony Dorsett sign it, and I was there for him to sign it and for him to pick it up literally because I had taken the screws off the figures, right? So I pulled this figure out so that way it'll be easy for him to sign this plaque because this is like the Cowboys great, the football gods. And he looked at me like, how the hell did you do that? I said, there's screws on the bottom of it. And he picks it up and he said, I'll be damned. He said, I have that exact same statue set. And he said, I never knew that they unscrewed it. So for me, that will always be a key thing. And I go to the autograph signing shows. I've gotten Bob Lilly's autograph probably 10 times and given them away. Same thing with like Ed Too Tall Jones and Randy White. Because those guys that literally made football what it was, they weren't the multimillionaires that these spoiled-ass kids are now. They're the ones that actually were the cornerstone of it. And most of them are in such bad shape and are broke. And I want to support those guys.
Okay, I get you on that. But here's my thing about these fanatic shows and these shows. I personally would never go to a training camp of any sort or any sport because they just taking my money.
Actually not. Hold on. I've been to Commanders training camp twice. I've gone to two. Well, I've been to two of them. And they don't charge you to go in for that, except unless you're the Dallas Cowboys.
No. I personally, I don't care. I just don't want to go to it. Go to no training camp.
Well, Momo, you're the anti-everything. Okay? You don't want to watch the draft. You don't want to go to... I don't know why you watch football.
I don't know why I watch football because I think I give myself 2 more years when football is not for me. Is going to be you gonna have robots out there playing football, not human beings.
Well, in 2 more years, you'll have Micah Parsons on the Commanders, according to. Okay.
Here's my thing. I'm gonna say something. And cowboy people, y'all can come at me. I think the most overrated cowboy in the history of the game is Michael Irvin. He is the most biggest blowhard that ever lived on a cowboy, put on a cowboy uniform, because he keeps talking about this, that, and the third, the Cowboys in the 90s, and then he doesn't like Schottenheimer. Now, I'm on board. So how much do they pay you to say that, mother effer? All
right, we're going to talk to somebody else in here. Holly, bitch slap him.
I'm just going to call him Mikey.
Mikey? He hates everything.
He hates everything. Do you even like live cereal?
Seriously, he is the most I'd never go to training camp because they're just there. It's like, wait a minute, I've been to Commanders training camp twice, and it is free. It's free.
You should feel special,
Michael.
I should feel special.
And he was so gracious to us.
You should feel special.
I'm the only thing Momo likes.
Is the biggest
Momo doesn't want to go to a game.
You're right, Momo. He's the biggest blowhard. He blew hard past you guys. I don't know.
Yeah, Chris May.
Scored how many touchdowns?
He blew.
I don't care, dude.
Whatever. Is he the greatest cowboy? Stop calling him the greatest cowboy.
I didn't call him the greatest cowboy.
The greatest cowboy is Roger Staubach. Period.
And Bob Lilly. You got to get Mr. Cowboy in that tape. Hold it. But before we get any further, let me get the super chat from Randy McIntyre. Thanks to all the veterans who served with me and now serve the United States military. Thank you for what you do. Amen on that one. And I'm praying for all of us because some shit might be hitting the fan.
Overseas as well, praying for him as well.
The shit might be hitting the fan, and I think everybody needs to have due diligence because for all we know, we could have sleeper cells all over the place. And since I'm close to Washington, D.C., you better watch your back. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm right over here by Lockheed, so same thing here.
Yeah, there's a lot of targets and things in there, and I got to believe that this isn't just going to pass by. Like, okay, we're fine. No, they some crazies. Anyway, We got Momo who hates everything except for the Jobu Sports Report.
That's what I was gonna say. You gotta feel special. Momo don't like football games, don't like
training
practice,
camp,
don't like
don't like autograph signing shows,
don't like the rules, don't like the players, but he show up at Jobu Sports Report every Sunday at 4:45.
There's Game Time, Brian. How you doing, Game Time? All right, so David, what you got going on, man?
I'm enjoying a day off. Looking forward to training camp starting next month. And hoping that
29 days.
Parsons deal finally gets done before training camp, hopefully.
Aisha Robinson, Lady Libra in the house. Holly Pierce, of course, joining us.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it.
Oh, Lordy.
I can't take it no more.
Wait, can I say one thing? I just thought of something Momo likes.
What's that?
He likes keeping his money in his pocket.
Now, you're right about that. It's mine. It's all mine. It's mine.
I got more money.
Oh,
I
boy.
can't take it no more. This notion the NFL has brainwashed fans. They has literally brainwashed fans for two things: the NFL training camp and the NFL draft. Training camp doesn't mean anything.
No, actually, the combine.
Oh, the combine works. That's three. They think that the combine means something because of the fastest man. Because you lift them more and you the fastest man. Don't in football. Because if you run like a 40 in 4.5 or 4.3, that does not mean that you're gonna burn somebody down the field, because football is not laterally. You gotta beat somebody different ways. The fastest man never beats you on the field. Period. So this notion that training camp and the draft means that we gonna have the best player. No, it doesn't mean anything. All that means they getting in shape.
Yeah.
And the training camp today is not the same as same training
But
camp.
see, Momo, you're missing the point about all this. It's the excitement and the build-up for the season.
Okay,
D Moore, what's going on?
I'll shut the FUCK up because
I hear what you're saying, and I agree, because I remember when Giovanni Clowney, went through there and blew up the doors off. Everybody said he was going to be a perennial All-Pro and was going to change everything, right? And he's been average.
Right.
Throughout his whole career. I agree that sometimes you get the workout warriors that they overhype and all of a sudden everybody's on them. And a lot of times you get teams that fall into that trap of saying, well, this guy did so good at the combine, he's going to be a stud. And then they find out he's a dud. But it's still the excitement for the fans. They are a product of building hype and getting everybody excited. You have to admit the fact that we are in the dead time right now. Fanatics is doing this shit in New York, getting Tom Brady out there, coming out to Cody Rhodes music, tearing Eli's jersey and having Eli come jump on his back. It's excitement for the season. There's only 18 weeks, but they build it up and keep that thing rolling, man.
So, my actual question, everybody. I just want to ask this one question.
Okay.
So, Eli Manning jumping on Tom Brady's back, is that exciting?
Not for me. Well, but if you're a wrestling fan, it is.
I'm a wrestling fan, and any wrestling fan I knew of said
I did like how Tom Brady took that Manning jersey and ripped it. See, that's something I'd do. I'd have an Eagles jersey on. If I was a wrestler, I'd wear it down and then I'd rip it off and reveal the Cowboys jersey.
I think it's the biggest BS ever, because Tom. First of all, I love Tom.
You're negative Nelly.
Tom Brady took advantage of the rules of football and made him to be, so quote, the greatest quarterback in the history of the game.
But he is. You can't argue that. Brady is the GOAT. I mean, he got 7 Super Bowls.
Yes.
Super Bowls. Okay.
7 Super Bowls. No other quarterbacks did that.
I know. Here's the problem with the Super Bowl. So y'all want to count Super Bowls as the greatest
championships? Yeah, he's a winner.
But there was the greatest ball or football player or any athlete don't have to win rings or championships to be the greatest.
Yeah,
you do know that.
Muhammad Ali, he's won championships. Michael Jordan, he's won championships.
Tom Brady. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. I know I'm gonna get killed by all my African American friends. I'm about to say it. Muhammad Ali was not the greatest all time.
He was the
we need to stop that bullshit.
He was the people's champion.
Okay. All right. Moving right along. Who else would like to say something? But we know Momo is Mr. Negativity. We know you are always going to take the opposite side of public opinion. That's just who you are. Okay.
I think Momo believes the world is flat. So.
No, the world is round. But I believe the world is round. But I believe that people get brainwashed.
Because he doesn't even like pizza.
Chris, I understand. Because I'm gonna get brainwashed. I'm not a part of the Illuminati. I ain't part of none of that conspiracy theory BS. I don't believe everything is what people say it is. I look at facts.
Isn't that conspiracy theory?
No,
you don't believe what people say.
I look at facts, Mark.
Okay, is it just me? Hold on, I've got to ask this question. Hold on.
I can name a player right now, and who don't get his credit due for the Cowboys.
Who?
Durant Thomas.
Okay.
He don't get his credit. He is never revered as a great Cowboy.
All right, I'll give you that one. But I got to say, and ask anybody else, see if you agree with me. Does Randy McIntyre remind you of the Manster? He looks like the Manster sitting there. No, look.
He don't move around like the Manster. I can tell you that.
Well, the Manster don't move around like the Manster anymore. I'm serious. I've seen the Manster the last few years. I'm telling you, you guys look like you could be brothers. Now, only difference is he's got his black glasses on.
No, the only difference is his bank accounts. Let's put it where it's at.
I don't know how his bank account is these days, but
one thing I wanted to say to all the Cowboy fans is, did y'all see the Overshown video from ESPN and see how good he looked?
I was actually showing. I was showing my wife that yesterday, and I was saying it's unbelievable that 6 months ago he not only tore his ACL, his MCL, and his PCL, and to be able to be sidestepping like that is insane.
Man has got some heart. He's got big time heart.
You talking about Agent Zero?
Yeah.
He's got determination, and I don't see that very often.
No, you don't see it very often. The man wants to play football. He's got passion that most people wish they had.
What? Yeah, some people heal faster than others, so maybe he's one of those.
He's got God on his side. I'm gonna tell you, he's got God on his side. He's a good guy.
Now I want y'all. I'm telling you,
hold it. Have it up. That's what I went to.
So for everybody who's watching here, that's Randy White now. Okay, now he's got his black glasses on. You see the goatee, the white goatee, and everything, right? Now look at look at my man, Randy McIntyre. Randy McIntyre.
Hey, he was one of my favorite players. I'll say that back in the day.
I'm telling you, every time I see you there with that hat on, it reminds me of Randy White.
You know who he looks like?
Who's that?
A little bit right now. Goldberg with glasses.
Goldberg with glasses. There you go. That's true. He does.
Look at my head.
There you go. Man, but Randy, I wasn't insulting you, man. I was putting a comment, man.
No, he kind of reminds me of a combination of Stone Cold Steve Austin and Goldberg.
Oh boy! Look, see, Michael Haba said, "Man, they do look alike, man." Aisha Robinson in the house. What's up? And D Moore's in second place. But seriously, though, if Overshown, just think about this for a second. The biggest ACL recovery has to be Adrian Peterson because he tore his ACL and was back the next year and rushed for 2,000 yards. If Overshown plays next year, you have to almost put that up there with him because it not only is it an ACL, it's everything. He's got a whole new knee. And to see him moving around like that is unbelievable.
But Mark,
what?
I praise him and I praise Adrian.
Yeah.
But that's so let's see how he goes through the rigors of the season because we don't know how he
I agree.
hold up.
And
hopefully don't rush him back. I don't want him to rush him back.
I agree on that one too.
And by the way, Adrian Peterson, like he's in shape anyway. He on there fighting him for gambling money.
That's another one. I'll have to be real with you. That's another one of those tragic stories of a player that's actually broke right now. He is literally bankrupt. I mean, and that's another case where a lot of his money was just wasted. Another tragic.
He do a party, Mark.
David J, what's up, man? How you doing?
He threw a party and invited all these folks are there, and he flew them into the party.
Yeah, he had like an Egyptian party and had camels and everything else that he was, that he was riding in on. It was just crazy. But the bad side that people don't think about with football, I was reading about Drew Brees. That Drew Brees' throwing shoulder is so bad that he can't play catch with his kids. He has to throw with his left arm. He's got a degenerating shoulder and arthritis in it, so he can't raise his arm up over his shoulder any longer. And you think about, I don't know if you guys remember Brad Johnson, but in 2013, when he was only like 44 years old, he could only one step it down the stairs because his body was so bad, and so you have a lot of these players that are truly just, their bodies are destroyed. And that's not even the mental health side of it. Tony Dorsett is struggling big time with CTE. And Antonio Brown, definitely. If you look at somebody and say they got CTE, Antonio Brown got to be one of those ones that you would put in that category. Yeah, he's on the run.
But he's not. I think the charge they trying to get him for murder. That's not or attempted murder. I think they gonna trump that because there's no evidence that he killed somebody.
Well,
it's attempted.
I know the video. The video could be. I don't know. It looks odd.
What's up, everybody? What's up, Ray?
What's going on, Game Time, man? Long time, man. Just been able to hang with you.
Man, I'm worried about you, brother. You okay?
I've been going through. I've had some bad times here, man. I got poison sumac. Poison ivy don't bother me. I didn't know. I thought it was just a tree growing out in my retaining wall, man. And I'm sitting there cutting it up with the sawzall and shit.
And getting people inboxing me saying, "Mark, they're worried about Mark." I'm like, I said, Mark's going through a rough time. We all go through our rough times, family. I'm giving you space, but I'm here for you, man. You know that.
I tell you what, this is no lie. Poison sumac is like the difference between a jalapeno pepper and a ghost pepper. Okay.
Well, ghost is a step. It's like not one step. It's like 3 steps.
I got it on my face, and I woke up in the morning, and it looked like I was Rocky. I was literally going, Adrian! My eyes were swollen closed.
Dude. Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
I'm on steroids now, man. I had to get a shot in my ass. It felt like fire ants.
Hey, Game Time. They want you to talk some sense to me. Brother? They want you to talk some sense to me.
Yeah, I know. And listen, everybody, Momo, you should cherish Momo. Momo is a terrorist to Mark's channel and my channel. And if you're not subscribed to Momo's channel, please subscribe. He gives you a take that's not like the down the middle of the road take. You
got that right.
But you know what, Mark? It's entertaining. He gives his logic, and I love it. So we don't have to agree, Momo, do we? If we all agree,
no, have agree with me.
Yeah, and I like Momo. He's actually stronger than I am. He can handle all the flack. So send it his way, but just make sure you sub up on the way.
But, because I'll give you an example. I talked to Drew because I'm going to give him. I talked to Drew. I'm going to give him a computer of mine, a PC, a gaming PC. I'm going to send it. And I'm going to put her because I'm here to help those who need help because I want Drew to be good because he wants to stream.
At the end of the day, I told Drew he needs to open his heart a little bit, because Mark, we thought in the 90s, did we not think in the 90s that we were going to run forever? We were going to just we thought our run would never end, right? And then all of a sudden we got that dreaded Jerry and Jimmy are fighting.
Yep.
And then it really
Miss Matrix, how you doing? Look, speak of Drew and he appears.
God forbid something happens to Jeffrey Lurie, right? It's just the little things, right? When he goes, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what.
And also, I want everybody to subscribe to Derek's channel too, because Derek's channel is very good. He does different. He does something different. It's really funny.
He's outside the box.
He's outside the box, and
people are asking, "What is your channel, Momo?"
It's Momo's Rant.
Put it in the comments, bro.
Momo's Moonshine.
You got to put it in the comments. But anyway, what's up, Loyal? How are you, brother?
What's going on?
Hallie, look at Hallie zooming. I love it.
Hi,
She finally
Brian.
came
Are you
on.
coming in on my channel? You better come on in.
I will.
We
I
need
will.
you to be a part
No,
of
well, shout out to Holly, because Holly does not sleep at night, because she is sending me emails about, articles and things that I've missed and all that, and I really, truly appreciate that. But make sure you get that rest, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, I will. It's just at night. That's the only time I get to unwind, and it takes a long time.
Yeah.
I hear you on that one.
I work for the
stuff, and
post
that's how I
office,
find
Allie. I know how
everything.
you feel.
Yeah.
Trust me. I know how you feel. But anyway, Logan Motorsports, what's up, brother? How are you? Drew's in the house. How are you, Drew?
All right, so here we are. We
Yeah,
are
what's up, brother?
29 days away from training camp.
Thank God.
Are the Cowboys done? See, this is what pisses me off with the Cowboys. When you think about those 12-5 seasons, if the Cowboys had made 2 or 3 moves more, get a run stopper, get an extra weapon, we might be talking differently about the Cowboys not being to an NFC Championship game. It feels like they do a little bit, they pat themselves on the back and say, we got enough, we're good, and we'll roll the dice instead of going that extra mile to get in there. Are we going to continue to do the same shit with Catboy?
Well, Mark, let me just get in before we let everybody, get their opinion. Yeah, my thing, Mark, is you've been a supporter as of late of Stephen Jones.
A jockstrap?
Listen, man, you know how I feel. I go back to the days where we thought we were good, yet we added your college teammate. We added
Charles
Haley, right? We thought we were good, and
Deion Sanders,
right? We added Deion, exactly. My only problem is, Mark, there's a glaring hole right now. We have a young Jay Toia out of UCLA, big boy, love him. You saw my video earlier this morning. I love the guy, but we don't want to put pressure on our rookies. You don't want to have to rely on
especially at that
pick.
position.
You know what I mean? So, and Mozzie, I think we saw a little bit of progress last year, but in the end, the stats don't lie. He was near the end of the defensive tackle rating.
Now, to his credit, he started out at 219 as the very worst.
Right. So
he did turn it around. He got better with it. And you have to think.
My thing is, Mark, are we going to sit there and hold
hope
our breath now?
Yeah.
Or are we going to go and do something? Like me and Randy McIntyre have been talking about a guy named Jeffrey Simmons out of the Titans.
Oh, man,
winning
yeah.
anything anytime soon. Go get a guy like that, and then you're telling me you're serious. They're not going to do that, Mark.
No,
and that's my issue. Are they serious, or they want to just hold your breath and kind of hope that we get the job done? But anyway, there you go, everybody. That's my rant.
Well, their philosophy is, we're going to score a lot of points, in which case we've got all the edge rushers to get after the quarterback, which we will. If we have a lead, the advantage is to our defense. Because you can pin your ear.
Are they going to score a lot of points, and how are they going to score? Are they going to run the ball? Or are they going to pass?
Well, that's a good question there. It's going to be the pass to set up the run. You're going to stretch the field.
It sucks, though.
With them,
I'm going to be able to, because the Eagles have laid out the game plan. Mark, the Eagles have laid out. I know me and Drew, and I just want everybody to know, me and Drew, it was real last Wednesday night. It was real. Me and Drew, we go at it. We go at it hard. And at the end of the day, he's a brother from another mother. We don't agree, but it's real. That was real. What you saw wasn't fake. And I don't know that we have. I don't know. That's what the interesting thing is, Mark, because I don't know that the Dallas Cowboys are going to really, really try and run the football. If they do, it could be a special year.
They have to.
Not.
They have to, because if they don't, Terrence Steele becomes a liability.
Exactly. Terrence Steele is one of the best right tackles in run blocking, correct?
Right.
So,
he was ranked 15th in run blocking and somewhere around 70 in pass blocking. And
So
because we pass blocked, because, when we had Dak, we were throwing like 65% of the time. He was exposed. He got better as the season went on when we were more balanced.
He may get better with these coaches that we got now.
That may be true, too.
Coach.
Yeah.
Well,
Adams.
And you can't have it both ways, trolls. And this includes Drew. This includes you. You can't say you should draft the best guard in the draft. You should draft Tyler Booker. That's what you need. But I know the Cowboys are going to look for flash, and they're going to look for this. Well, no. They went and got the best guard in the draft. And that's going to help the run game. If nothing else, Mark, that's going to help Dak be able to sit in the pocket because you have Cooper Beebe, you have Tyler Smith, and you have Tyler Booker. Now, I understand Tyler Booker's a rookie, but when you say you're the best at a certain position, you expect a certain amount, don't you? I mean, you would think he's going to be good. So Dak should have time to step up in the pocket. We should be able to run the ball. That I would say that, I think the key to this year, Mark, is stopping the run and running the football. If we can do that, then I think that's good. I'm hearing a lot of, we got Pickens. We're going to throw the ball around the yard. You know what happens, Mark? That puts a lot of pressure on Dak Prescott, and I don't like that. I mean, what's your thought on that?
I think here's the problem that we had last year. When you had just CeeDee Lamb, who was only 36 passes away from passing Dez Bryant in receptions. Can you believe that? Only 36 catches away from passing Dez Bryant. That's unbelievable.
Dude's a stud.
The problem was the field was so short because you couldn't get any separation, because they could not get guys open, and you had guys you didn't really worry about. You had no tight end play, really. You had CeeDee Lamb, and that was it. And so the field became so short. If you end up using George, who was the highest rated deep catcher, Pickens, you ended up having to worry about that guy. Then that means we may have to double cover him or CD. That's going to keep them from being able to put 8 men in the box on a regular, which will help to open it up. So you may come out.
And if you play a quarters defense, Mark, then that opens up Jake Ferguson, Brevin Van Ford, Luke
you use those guys to clear out everything else, and you can throw short.
And back out of the backfield,
But that was definitely a problem for us because we could not get any separation. They're going man to man, and everybody's freaking covered. Dak's got nobody to go to, and our running back sucked. Now the question will be
Can I interject something, Mark?
Okay, yes, Mr. Negativity.
I think any football team, you always get fine separation. It's how your offense. Your offensive coordinator know how to get you open because there's so many ways a player to get open.
If you have players out there, but I'm sorry,
it's so hard. Too many ways you get open.
Here's the problem: when we started out the season last year, our number 2 receiver that could get some separation, Brandon Cooks, had an infection in his knee. Your number 1 receiver wasn't there in training camp, and you had to worry about him getting a soft tissue injury. You got Jalen Tolbert now playing a number 2, who's a good receiver, but I don't know that he's really a number 2. And you got guys out there like, Jalen Brooks, who's got no experience and things like that. You had players that just were not guys that could get open.
Okay, this is how you get people open. They screen. They do screens all the time. Or they do a screen on a player or go like that. These players can get open any way they can.
I hear you on that. Okay, now here's the other problem.
They didn't have no creativity on their offense.
And part of that
was Simon Cowell of football.
Well, and part of that was there was not a whole lot of creativity.
Right?
You're right. And here's the problem that the Cowboys had was because there were so many people missing in training camp and having 2 rookie offensive linemen, they had to keep this shit vanilla just to try and have a play go off. You had Tyler Guyton who would jump off sides or have a holding play down the middle that you had to keep the shit simple because you had a whole bunch of guys that weren't that good and hadn't played together.
Mark, you blaming training camp. We all know they don't really play hard in training camp. You can't keep bringing the training camp aspect into it.
Yes, you can. If you don't have your number 1 target in training camp and is not in shape to go ahead and start the season, it affects you. If your number 2 guy is not there.
Wasn't they getting off on offseason workouts, they was going and throwing passes to each other like that. They have a connection.
Our right tackle, our left tackle had 9 games in college to his resume and shows up and has to start at left tackle.
Well, that's on whoever constructed the
yes,
team and
that's
put somebody on.
That's on the
out there
Cowboys
like
that said we're going all in and did absolutely nothing.
Right.
You did not have talent out there on the field last year, point blank, to start the season.
I shut up.
Okay, no, okay. How many of those guys that were starting last year are going to be big name players you're going to see like being Pro Bowlers? Brandon Cooks, who was out, do you think that he's going to be a pro again, all pro again? I think he's going to be a Pro Bowler. No,
John, what's up, brother?
he's a bum. Most of the guys that you're looking at that were wide receivers will never be major starters in the NFL. And you have hope. I have hope for Tyler Guyton, but he was ass last year.
Momo, let me read this before Leo gets in here because then it's all over.
Hey, yo, game time. Chill out with that, man. I hate when you do that.
So all of
put an address on your on that.
So
Don't
all
do that
last week, all I've been hearing is about is Dak. I want Dak to play this season like a possessed, pissed off, light skinned QB that will hit every target like someone talked about. What's up, Leo?
About his mama.
What I do now, brother? What I do now?
Look, dog. I don't need you to be telling people, "Oh, do what you do before Leo gets in here." Chill out with that, man. I'm not
joke,
Drew.
Bro, I have a hit, bro.
Oh, you mean like what the one I tried to tell last week, and you wouldn't put an address on it until I said something?
Oh, wait. Oh, damn.
One told me he reached out to you prior to the stream. I wasn't aware of the hey, Leo, start. It stirs shit up.
You walked in,
I
came into
the
yo, man. I understand that, but like I said, just stop with that, please.
What do you mean stop? I'm going to defend my squad.
Okay. All right. Time out. We're all friends here.
Defend my squad, Leo.
We're all friends here.
Part of my channel, but you got to be a Zoom crew member. I can't just let you slide in and out. So I want your input. Right now, it's only Drew. I got Drew and Rob A. I need you, but I can't. It's not fair just to keep letting you in. So dude.
It's cool.
I support you.
Yeah. All I'm saying
bro,
is
100%. We ain't gonna always agree. Just
no,
and that's a good thing. That's a good thing, bro.
Yes, we shouldn't. I'm just saying when you do it, if you're gonna put an address on it, put an address on it. But I just don't. I'm not appreciative of the whole. Good. And then you do that. Stop. You don't stop.
What do I do? Relax? You don't want to relax?
No, I don't want you telling me to relax. Stop.
Well,
okay, stop. I understand
you
get uncomfortable
family.
and
What's
everything,
up?
but
what about those Thunder?
Yeah.
What's up, Dustin Bosley? What's up?
Thunder's
okay. All right. Let me ask Leo a question here, real quick.
Ask about that, but anyway,
so
this is crazy.
What are you doing August 10th, Leo?
August
and
10th?
game time, Brian.
August 10th.
August 10th.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Get a look at the Super Bowl champs for the 25 season and support our Eagles autism community. Join the August 10th for public practice with the ticket proceeds benefiting autism. So,
the link. Yeah.
Do we want to go to practice and see what the Eagles look like?
Yeah, practice.
I don't think I'm gonna be available.
You're never available whenever I come up with some shit. You all every time. Oh well, yeah, man. I'm gonna do. Oh, then I don't think I'm gonna be available for that.
Mark,
time.
You're not even paying attention.
Here you go. I'm sorry. You're a businessman.
Have you not joined me in congratulating my son? I'm a parent who has a college student now.
Okay.
Isn't that move-in time?
Is it? But we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably a week later, 2 weeks later. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe around that time. Yeah.
You telling me your college son is more important than your Eagles?
The brother screwed you. Yes.
Okay. See, as always, you always leave me holding the bag. Okay. All right. That's cool. I was going to show up there in Philly, for practice and things, but that's okay.
Yeah, nah, man. I'm looking at my calendar, and I got to talk to Dum number one to make sure that I got the dates right. He's out of town right now, so
Dum, is that your son?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's an Eagle fan then too.
Number one. That means there's number two.
Yeah. I have a 9-year-old.
All right.
I call him Dum 1, Dum 2. You know, it is
Be
what
fatty,
it is, man.
guys. Tell
I just
Holmes
need him
and
to
Brian to
fully
unblock
activate.
me. I'm a big fan. Be fatty, Marky. Okay.
Be fatty. I don't block anybody. Mark, do you block anybody?
I don't. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Who the
what
hell is
happens,
B
bro.
Fatty? I've never heard of B Fatty.
I know who B Fatty is. That's your buddy, but I didn't block him.
Okay, my buddy.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
My buddy.
gotcha. All right.
I'm gonna go. I have to go sit back in my chair in the living room. I just was having fun listening
Holly,
to you guys.
I appreciate you coming in, and I appreciate all you do, girl.
Face to face meet you.
Yeah, and you know, they were calling what Momo, Mikey, whatever you want to call him.
Yep.
Calling him Simon. Leo has to be the Howie to Momo.
Yeah.
Howie Mandel.
Oh, man.
Here's the difference. Everything that I'm going to say, I'm going to back it up with facts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lordy. Here we go.
Facts
Leo facts.
Facts or Leo?
No, it's just I hate when people act like you weren't there. I
understand that. I know that feeling.
Yeah, you know how people are like.
I don't know that you're ever there because you never show up when I got something for you.
I'm talking, Mark. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about everybody. Y'all, people still have questions about Jalen Hurts. What have he? What
won a Super Bowl,
not talking. Hold on. Let me complete the thought. What has Jalen Hurts shown you since he's been in the league? Every year he's been in the league, he's had a new offensive coordinator.
Hey, I'm going to say, listen, no, I'm going to tell you. Historically, he is the absolute positive best bus driver there is.
And that's
nothing wrong with that.
And herein lies the issue.
But that's nothing wrong with
Can I
that.
say one thing before I? Can I say
yes,
one thing?
Holly, you can say.
I know
two
one
things
thing Jalen is really good at. He's good at taking hits with a stick with a boxing glove on it. So that's all I have to say.
Ooh,
he's good at taking hits with
the. Oh man, in practice.
Say that one more time. I missed it.
When they were doing the fumble
drill.
drill.
Hit with a stick with a boxing glove on the end of it that year.
He's good at getting hit with a
You remember when they were doing the fumbling drills when they were hitting him with like a boxing glove on a broomstick?
They do it. Yeah, they still do it. Okay, I get. All right, it's the training
I'll
camp.
see you later. I gotta go sit back down.
Thank you, Holly.
Okay, bye-bye. I just wanted to say hi to everybody and just.
We appreciate you so much.
Yeah. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Now, my point in this is, Mark, I always rely on the fact that you were a football player at one time. And you've always talked about how hard certain things are.
Yes, they are.
And yet, when it comes to Jalen and what is going and what he has shown you every year after year after year,
Lordy,
you got to give it to my quarterback that it is special to be able to take on that many offenses and do the things that he's done and accomplished.
You mean the 23 touchdown passes in one season?
So
wow.
So
well, let's see if he can improve on finding his second and third read a lot better this year.
Ooh,
then he'll probably be a
shots
lot better
fired.
Than he
really?
has been.
That's
the only thing I see in this game, bro. That's the only thing. Other than that, he's good.
You want better. You want better.
No, I would like to see, instead of him taking off and running half the time and killing himself half the time, like most quarterbacks do, I'd like to see him actually improve better on his intangibles of finding his second and third read. That's all. That's the only thing I see wrong with him.
Okay, so
but it takes time to improve on getting to that point, though. You know, especially when you're young and in the league. It was with Dak the same way. When Dak was in the league, his accuracy was crap, and then he improved. You know, but that's the part about being a quarterback. You know, it takes time for them.
All right, then.
So if he improves on that this year, I'm not taking nothing away from him. I'm just saying I want to see him improve on those aspects. If he does that, then I'm really impressed.
Okay, so then let me ask you this, right? Last year, the Philadelphia Eagles were 29th in passing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You could easily attribute that to the fact that we had a 2,000-yard running back.
Yes,
correct?
The number one running game.
Yeah, but we also were the number one with
defense.
Plays over 20 yards.
Well, you had the best defense in the league. That's where
no.
That's where it all really comes down.
No, I'm not. That is true, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I know.
We were number one in plays over 20 yards. but you want to see more.
Saquon busting a lot.
No. Passing play. We were number one in
because he only had 23 touchdown passes. So
we were number one in passing plays over 20
Why
yards.
was that, Leo?
Because you could run the football.
Because you sucked up the 8th guy in the box, brother.
We
That's
were
what I'm saying.
number one.
That's what I've been trying to say.
We were number one in passing plays over 20 yards.
Yes,
you were able to
because nobody was left in the middle of the field because they had, as soon as the ball was snapped, everybody's going forward to stop the running game. It's cause and effect.
That's why I brought up Leo before you joined. I was telling Mark, I said, in order for Dallas to be successful, I'm tired of hearing, because everywhere you go, it's like, who we kidding? We got George Pickens. We're going to be throwing the ball all around the yard. That would be a mistake.
My name is
That
Jeff.
would be your death knell. You need to be able to run the ball like the Eagles, like the Dallas of the 90s, to set up, to suck in the safety, to open up the field. It's very hard, Leo, to play offense when you're able to drop 11, only rush 4 and drop 7. You know what I mean? It's very hard. Anyway, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
But the reverse can be true. That because you have George Pickens, that can help go all the way, that it will loosen up the defense.
It's going to bite in the ass, Mark.
It may. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Now, the question will be is, do we have better running backs? Now, some people have said that Miles Sanders seems to look a bit better than he did, of course, in Carolina. I don't know if he'll recapture the glory that he had with the Eagles. I'm still kind of concerned that he's an older running back. Will Jaden Blue be ready to come out the box? And this stuff will keep on chirping.
Jaden Blue is not an every down back.
No, but he's more like a Tony Pollard.
One play, he could be on there like 3rd down and long or 2nd and long. Let's come on that, Mark.
I will say
hypothetical.
I will say that we had
the same at this point. That's what I'm saying.
I will say in 2022, when we basically had Zeke being your middle of the run back, and Tony Pollard more of your gadget guy, that actually worked out really well, because Tony Pollard was getting like 5.3 per attempt out there, and Zeke wasn't raising any hell, but he still got you 1,000 yards and pounding the ball in the middle.
Right.
And it could be a situation like that. Now, ultimately, if it would be great if you had an ultimate weapon like Saquon.
Here's a question, Mark, I've been wanting to ask you. You talk about Zeke a lot. What was Zeke's best years for the Cowboys?
His best year was his rookie year, and his 3rd year and his 4th year. After that, he really started going downhill.
So he basically had 3 good years.
Yeah, his 2nd year was marred by being suspended and going to New York every week and things. His 2nd year was not a great one.
So after that, he became a shell of himself.
Yeah, without a doubt. After 2019,
Okay.
After he got paid, basically. Yeah. He was going downhill each year. He wasn't eating like he used to.
So y'all expecting a Sanders who's not the same player he once was with the Eagles to be the top guy running the ball.
He's not gonna be the top guy. He's just death. I think here's the thing. I mean, when we drafted Marion Barber, no one knew who the hell Marion Barber was until he got out there. And so for everybody to assume that Blue's not going to be that good, you can't say that.
And I didn't say he wasn't going to be good.
He might be the next Emmitt Smith. I'm just saying he could be. I'm not jokingly, but I'm just saying.
Nobody thought Emmitt Smith was going to be great when we drafted
Cowboy fans, because every time y'all have a very good running back, y'all run him down.
Yeah, we ran DeMarco Murray.
You guys have to. You guys. All you need to do is you need to see what your new offense looks like.
Yeah,
you're fielding a brand new offense with brand new players.
You need to evaluate.
And so at this point, majority of the stuff that we can say about both our teams is all hypothetical in theory.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now, and when you get into that, it looks and sounds different per team. You know what I'm saying? Your hypothetical in theory has everything to do with guys you just acquired, coaches that just moved, plus you guys have a new coach. There's some things that are different. Theoretically, you're acting like a regular, like a normal operating football team.
Well, here's the thing.
We're just optimistic. We're excited. We're optimistic.
As you should be, because it's been a long time since you've conducted business like a regular football team.
Here's the thing that drives
isn't landing his helicopter on the field. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's some things that you still got to do, and I'll be honest with you. If I was a Cowboy fan, I really wouldn't trust. I wouldn't trust this ownership right now. You know what I'm saying? Just I would be optimistic, yes, but I still wouldn't trust it because look at what they're still doing in terms of you haven't gotten Micah signed yet.
That'll be done.
You know what I'm saying? You haven't gotten. They always wait until the last.
But see, the thing, they're always shooting. The owners are always shooting themselves in the foot.
Hey, shit, how are you?
Well, Holly pointed. Here's where shout out to Holly Pierce because she had sent me. Let me pull it up. This actually makes sense. Cowboys likely delaying the $40 million payment because Jerry basically is making $300,000 a day on the interest on that.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so that money's going directly into his pocket. And how much money is the NFL making because it's something to talk about? Yep. Let's be real here. This is about the dead zone that I ever remember. There is nothing going on. We're still talking about Dak Prescott talking about wanting to win a championship a week and a half ago.
Mark, my opinion is when Dallas stops worrying about clicks and views,
that's when they'll start winning it all.
Then you'll start winning again.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you start worrying about being in the media, you don't have to do that. It doesn't
You're
matter
already
what
there.
You do. The ESPNs, the Foxes, they're all going to talk about you whether you're positive or negative. It doesn't matter.
I agree with you on that. I mean, winning a Super Bowl would be the biggest publicity maker that you could get.
Right.
Oh my God, it would break the internet.
And Michael being at Fanatics with Kevin Durant and Kevin Durant talking about he's gonna be a commander in 2 years, and Michael said, "Hey, that's my man. It's the only coach I want to be with."
No, he said that's my boy.
No, he didn't say all that.
No.
He didn't say all that. You put words.
Exactly what he said.
No, he just said Dan Quinn. That's the only one I rock
Don't go down that rabbit hole.
I'm going down there because this ain't. He didn't say all that. He said that's the only one I rock with.
That's how the story grows.
And I don't like the Eagles, but I rock with Saquon. That's basically it. I don't like the Eagles, but Saquon, I'm a fan of Saquon. And that's it when it comes to the Eagles. That's basically what he was saying.
Derek, I know this is smoke screens. This is all about his contract. I don't understand that.
Derek, Momo is trailing y'all. He says things.
I know. I couldn't just let that.
Remember when he was
believe Momo, okay?
Well, yeah, that too. But remember when he said the Eagles are going to come in third place.
He was. I agree with them. If I agree with one thing, I agree with that one.
You agree that we're going to come in third place?
Or even crazier, he thinks that they're coming in first place.
I agree with that one. I'm going to agree until y'all show me different. Shoot, I'm sticking with you on that one, Momo. Me and you together.
You need that, don't you?
I sure need it.
Don't go down that rabbit hole. All he's doing is baiting y'all. He's baiting y'all and saying things that don't make sense just to get a rise out of you, and you go for it every time.
You mean the same thing that you do?
No, I come up with.
You'll come with facts, Leo. You'll come with facts,
and I cut deep with facts. And I use your words against you because all of y'all trolled the hell.
Now, what you do, Leo, well, you very good at. You do these long ass little quiz, and we waiting for the point. And you 10 minutes in, you haven't made your point yet. So you do that. I agree with you that.
When have I done that, Momo? When have I done that?
You do that all the time. You
doing bring you facts about the
Clemente?
Huh? Because you sell coke. Remember that?
I was working at RFK Stadium. Stop it.
What did he do? He pushed it hard or something?
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, remember when he's
they make coke. I thought he was a drug dealer.
He knows how everyone's going to react. So he'll say, I used to sell coke. I'm like, wait, hold up,
Coca-Cola,
and then you go, no, Coca-Cola.
So get off me.
Get off. We know.
Stop playing on my top, sir. Stop playing on my top.
Look, I'm just laying it out. I see
You can't come for me. Get you on. You can't come for me.
There's nothing to come for, Momo. You already did that.
I got you.
Remember?
No, we good. You be quiet too.
Yeah, no. You don't get to talk to the
because you
champ
can't
that way.
shut this man up. Nobody can.
I said I was going to be insufferable. I told all of you I would be insufferable.
I'm going to tell you right now, and I'll let you know right now. I'm letting everybody know. If the Eagles lose, if they have lost 5 games in the first 8 games, I'm gonna be the most
like we did last year.
African American man,
like we did last year.
Don't lose to the Cowboys.
Like we did last year.
Don't lose to the Giants. Please don't lose
to the Giants.
I don't want to be that man.
Basically.
Well, I will. I will.
I'll just be intolerable. That's a lot better.
Good,
no, I'll be insufferable. I'm gonna say some
Momo.
ignorant ass shit.
Yeah, I said I'll be intolerable. You go ahead and be insufferable.
No. He can't. We put 55. That means
last
year,
bro.
So that doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it does.
No, it means not this year, don't.
It didn't affect me. What did I supposed to cry?
Yes, it did. You didn't go to the Super Bowl. You didn't go to the Super Bowl.
55. Well, you should have put 85 then. If you want to tell, okay, how about that? You should have put 85 on us.
Be careful what you ask for.
Come on now, that doesn't bother me.
Be careful what you ask for.
I want 100. Put 100 on us. How about that?
Boy. Yeah, no, Momo. I'm not going down that rabbit hole with you. No.
Stacey White got a super chat.
Stacey. Look, fact is, Jalen got the job done. It's weak to Cowboys explain Jalen's accomplishment with a great team, surpassing him. Grew up watching Troy in high school, and Jalen is far better than him. Oh, damn. She said he is far better than Troy Aikman. And I'm going to be one that's going to say that I don't know that Troy Aikman wins 3 Super Bowls if he's not with the Cowboys with everything that he had.
Oh, man. That's embarrassing.
That's all. You talk about me going down a rabbit hole.
But thank you for the super chat.
It's BS and far fetched.
Yeah,
you know what though? You'll be really good. Like you can, find, like I said, a second read and stuff develop better that way. You'll be a really good quarterback. He is good already, but he'll be even better if you can do that. I'm just saying.
I believe Jalen Hurts throws the ball 30 times a game. He's throwing 3 interceptions in that game. At least 2 interceptions in that game. Jalen Hurts is not a passer of the football.
My problem is this, Momo. When you start having to validate your guy by bringing up a Hall of Famer, there's no need. Jalen has won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Yes. Nobody could ever shit on Jalen Hurts.
And he played good. Hey, Sir Robinson, how you doing?
Sealed, but Troy never lost the Super Bowl. Okay? He never ended the big game with an L. So stop, bro. That's it. Done. 3-0.
And y'all should hope that Jalen Hurts is not sitting somewhere saying, woo, I don't need to get better. Woo, I did it. If Jalen Hurts is satisfied, y'all in trouble.
And so let me ask you something. What has he shown you that would lead you to believe that would be the case or could be the case?
What the case?
No, we're just saying he could get better. We're not trashing.
Happy to be where he's at right now. No, I'm saying.
I think he's trying to get better, Leo.
You know what? If you were to ask most quarterbacks and say, what position would you rather be in, Jalen Hurts or Dak Prescott situation where I have to be the one to win every game? You'd want to be in Jalen Hurts' position.
Yeah. Not being able to get touched with the offensive line, having the number 1 defense.
Let that running back go ahead and carry the rock more than I have to pass a game.
Situation. Yes.
Well, let's say this. Let's understand something. Saquon running as much as he did last year had a lot to do with the offensive line going into Nick Sirianni's office and telling him to run more. That's number 1.
Because they recognize we have a better chance of winning if we can run the football. Most teams will look at that and say that's true.
Yeah, but understand something. That's not saying because we can't throw the ball. No, that's just saying we're really good at the run.
But the thing is you can't become one-dimensional. You guys were pretty much balanced down the middle of it, which is what you want.
Yeah, the number 2 point I'm going to make is that the Philadelphia Eagles made a $250-something million investment in Jalen Hurts. And what that organization has done, it looks to me like they've done everything to protect that $250.
Jeff Lee, that's great of you, man. I'm going to let somebody else win the crown today. Shout out to you.
That they got, by getting the wide receivers that they got, by getting the running backs that they got, by investing in the defense. That's
okay,
what happens.
Leo. Okay, you once said that because I've played football, that I actually have a little bit of knowledge. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Okay, if you're an offensive lineman, if you are an offensive lineman and you're running the football, the advantage is to you. Because I am firing out I know when the snap count's going to be, and I'm firing out at you and probably hitting you before you're actually able to make a move. Okay,
we're talking crap about
if
Dak.
you
I'm
become
in the room now.
Hold on, I'm gonna get to Walker Wade and figure out which one we got in here in a second. If I know as a defensive lineman that you are passing the football, then the advantage comes to me as a defensive lineman because I'm not trying to hold the line and stop you from pushing me down the field. I am setting up my moves to attack the quarterback and get upfield. And that's the difference. And that's the problem of when your team becomes one-dimensional and you have to throw the ball all the time, then the defense is pinning their ears back and it makes it more difficult to pass. If there's a question on whether it's a run or a pass, it's that much easier for the quarterback because you have the hesitation. And that's why play action works so well is I'm worried as a linebacker about the running back. My first step is I'm stepping to the line to make sure I can plug the hole, in which case now a receiver can make a move and get behind me. And that lies the problem with the Cowboys where you live and die with Dak Prescott's arms. Defenses know we're not worried about the run because their running backs are ass. We're going to make sure we cover the receivers, which is why the Cowboys receivers had the worst separation in the NFL. When you have a Saquon who can break it at any step, your first responsibility is getting to that guy, which makes life easier for the quarterback. When you do throw, they're not covering the pass the same way they are doing the run. Yes, Asa Robinson, honey, how are you doing?
Mom, Mean Metal Mike says send prayers to his dad.
Mean Metal Mike, definitely sending prayers. I hope he's doing okay. What's going on with Mean Metal Mike? With your dad? Well, definitely send prayers.
But I don't think nobody's saying that
he's a bad quarterback.
Yeah, he's a bad quarterback. Like if Baker Mayfield played for the Eagles, I don't think they would have won the Super Bowl. Because we're not saying Jalen didn't contribute. We just want the Eagle fans to acknowledge that their running game was a big part of his success. That's all.
And I've never ever disagreed with that. That's not my problem. My problem is when, like, all right, the latest talk, is he's not a top 10 quarterback.
He definitely not.
Man, Emmitt Smith is the greatest runner. We had the most yards in the history of the NFL. He still get ranked 14th, 17th
right, he does,
in NFL history.
So
I mean, it's.
But can I tell you why Emmitt Smith gets ranked that 14th, 17th, or lower rank? Because Emmitt Smith stayed in the league just to break a record. He didn't.
Stacy White has a super chat.
He actually stayed directly. He went to Arizona,
but he was still chewing up. Okay,
league to break a record.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. But let me get Stacy. Game time. Jalen is not my guy. I'm a Cowboy fan.
Momo, let him get to the thing. Momo.
He went to Arizona. He was there for 3 years. I don't know what y'all missing.
Momo, stop. Let him.
Momo,
stop.
No, Momo's not stopping.
Momo, he got super chat.
He broke the record.
Okay, there we go. I couldn't remember how to mute his ass. Game time. Jalen is not my guy. I'm a Cowboy fan. Just stating facts. Not a great look to downplay someone's accomplishments. I pray Dak has what he needs to get, and we'll get the job done.
About Dak. I was talking about Troy Aikman.
Emmitt Smith broke the record 10 years into his career.
Come
on now.
Hey, Stacy. Love you, bro. Thank you for the super
chat. He was a beast running back.
Thanks for the super chat, Stacy. I wasn't arguing Dak. You had made a statement about Troy. Again, I've been the most optimism Cowboy fan regarding Jalen. and the Eagles. If anybody is a regular to my channel, I give the ultimate. I bend the knee at this point, and it's tough, but you have to. You look foolish if you don't. If you're gonna sit there and yell and say Eagles suck, then you look foolish. They're the gold standard right now.
Jalen's a better quarterback than Dak in the playoffs.
Right now, he is. Why? Because he won the big game. Now, if Dallas has a number one rushing offense and a number one defense and Dak gets it done, then we could reopen the conversation. But right now, there isn't any. So, Stacy, I don't know what you're arguing with, but thank you for the super chat, brother.
Oh, Mean Metal Mike says his dad is in the hospital battling.
Mean Metal, prayers to you, bro.
Oh, man.
You know me.
And they found a tumor in his right lung. That's prayers to you.
Yep, prayers to you.
Definitely.
But anyway, Leo.
When is LJ's move-in day?
Leo. I can talk.
Oh, so what are we doing August 10th?
We're talking about going to the link for the practice.
Yeah.
I need to know.
We'll go.
No, I just need
to get knifed by Leo now.
No. No, because I need tell me August. Where are we?
August 10th. That's
August 10th,
3 weeks, bro. 4 weeks. 3 weeks.
I think he's talking to somebody.
Oh, okay.
I can't let go of the most ridiculous statement I heard.
No, because they're giving me a hard time
15th.
I might be going to Philly.
Thomas, I muted you by accident, Thomas. I'm sorry.
You gotta mute Leo.
I was trying to mute Leo and it jumped. There we go. All right.
Anyway, Momo is Momo land. What's up, D? How are you?
Okay,
He's Mikey.
Bosley. Eagle Wade's in the house.
Still my bucket. Didn't he go? He broke the record. Didn't he break the record in Arizona?
Yeah. No, he broke it in Dallas. No, he broke it in Dallas.
The Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
I'm not saying. I'm asking a question. Am I wrong? I'm wrong.
He broke it in Dallas.
No, he broke it in Dallas against the Seattle Seahawks.
And what game was that?
That was one of the biggest moments in the history.
I think of
what record did he break? Hold on. I'm going to clarify something.
The all-time rushing record he broke as a Dallas Cowboy.
When he came back.
No.
What's up, Edgar? How are you?
How did you?
He then went to Arizona for 2 years after that.
In NFL history, happened live on TV. Everyone was talking about it.
Well,
we were alive when this happened.
Because
later on,
explain to me this. What year was that?
2002.
02.
Emmitt Smith broke the NFL rushing record on October 27th, 2002.
That explains everything. I was on my hating days with the Cowboys. Okay, that's the reason. That's the reason. I was hating everything about the Cowboys back then. I didn't care nothing about the Cowboys. I didn't watch no games with the Cowboys. I refused to watch any Cowboy games. Oh yeah, I was hating on everything, the cheerleaders and everything. Back then,
and still are. What are you talking about? You've got no love for the Cowboys.
I digress.
Oh, Lordy.
So now I'm good. I'm Gucci. I apologize for a mistake that I was wrong.
Mama, what are you talking about? I told you a long time ago you are that.
Gary, this is not an old. I don't have an old man fight today. I thank you very much. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Top 5. You can put him in the top 5 greatest running back of all time.
Yeah, but is he the top 5 greatest running back of all time? I don't think.
Period. You can put him in the top 5.
Can you really be honest?
And everything he did, the man never got hurt. The man was durable as hell.
But
never
can
got
you really
hurt.
say he's a top 5 running back of all time? I don't know if he can.
He broke the
Momo
rushing record 10 years into his career.
I can name 5 running backs.
Dude, hold it. Momo. He had 11 seasons with more than 1,000 yards. 11 seasons with more than 1,000 yards.
Momo looked good in blue.
Is he a top? I'm just asking.
Yes, because his heart and determination was one thing. If you ever sit there and watch,
that was a low blow game time.
I'm sorry. He had 11 seasons with more than 1,000 yards, bro.
Come on,
okay.
What you trying to say, game time?
He had 3 seasons over 1,500 yards.
I'm just asking.
I'm sorry, Leo. I didn't mean to upset you.
I'm just
Momo, you need to go live on your channel because I want to ask you
Momo's a man.
questions,
I love
but
Momo.
you go.
Momo's good for
I'm just
TV.
asking. I don't see Emmitt Smith a top 5
like
running
how
back.
you
I never
think
thought
Tom
he
Brady
was.
is overrated. You sound
The
ridiculous.
fact that he could last as long as he did.
Okay. Can I explain myself?
No.
The Tom Brady thing.
I just want
What
to
I
dive
was
into
referring to
Momo's
Tom Brady
mind.
being the most overrated quarterback in the history of the game
Ask some
because
questions.
the rules dictate
What is
for
your
him. You
thoughts on
cannot touch a
LeBron?
quarterback. You
What do you
cannot
think
sack or
about,
put your body weight on a quarterback. That is the epitome of
Derek,
taking
maybe you could do a
advantage of the
reaction
rules.
video later.
So if you can't touch a wide receiver or put your hands or get physical, they changed the rules to make the run. If you're a quarterback in today's NFL, if you ain't throwing over 250 yards in the game, I don't know what to tell you. You're not very good because the rules tells you that you can do whatever you want on the field. Because you cannot touch a wide receiver, you can't touch quarterbacks. So what are we talking about here? Come on now, I'm keeping the buck with you, and y'all acting like I'm telling something foreign.
Howie, I was thinking about
Super Bowls. Or have you lost your mind?
What?
The NBA Finals.
Super Bowls it's not an epitome of a great player. Great players all the time. You got great players in the NFL.
I agree with Heisenberg, Momo.
Jim Brown was the greatest ever.
Momo, I agree. Appearances. You have
Bruce
lost
Smith
your
was
mind.
One of the greatest.
I agree with Heisenberg.
Linemen in the history.
Okay. One at a time. One at a time, man.
Momo, take a breath, brother. Heisenberg, I agree with you. Jim Brown, best running back ever. Again, I agree with that. I understand.
Hold on,
I'm
game time. Momo wouldn't know nothing about good running backs. The Redskins hadn't had a good running back since Riggins. That was like 50 years ago.
Jim Brown was a
Barry
beast.
Sanders to me.
Jim Brown was a beast. He just retired early. Had he not retired,
number one.
Yes,
he
exactly, Loyal. He
went in the movie.
He decided to pull a Barry Sanders and call it a quits, and that's a smart thing because he went into acting and he made more money than he could ever imagine.
Okay, let's put it this way: when Jim Brown retired, his last year, the year I was born,
Cowboys,
in 14 games, he had 1,544 yards, averaged 110.3 yards a game, 5.3 yard average. Was a Pro Bowler, All-Pro, First Team, AP MVP when he retired.
He quit early.
Yeah. 1,544 yards in 14 games.
That was the year you're talking about. The 1 year he retired.
That was the last year he played.
His very last year playing.
Yeah,
that don't even sound like somebody that was getting old. That sounds like someone
he wasn't.
Drew.
Yeah,
he went into making movies is what he did.
Yeah,
he was making more money in movies than he was getting beat up on the field.
Exactly, Randy.
He averaged 5.2 yards his career.
Well, one thing I want to say about Emmitt Smith. If you remember the Giants game when we went back to back, they gave him the ball when he had a messed up shoulder. He went down on his own, running down the field, and they kept feeding him the ball. In my opinion, that shows greatness in a player. I'm not saying I think Barry Sanders was better than Emmitt Smith. Detroit just didn't know how to use him. But Emmitt Smith is one of the top few running backs in the NFL.
So I look at one of my biggest fans. So if I look at Emmitt Smith, I'll pick him number 5. He makes the cut. But I look at like Jim Brown, Barry Sanders. And Earl Campbell is my guy. I love Earl Campbell.
Yeah.
They bled him to death. Meaning they gave him the ball. He was a beat up man. When he left
and he can't walk right now.
I was going to say.
Now here's another interesting fact about Jim Brown. He had 3 MVPs, and he was an All-Pro First Team every year except for one of his career.
And he was a great lacrosse player too. Man.
Yes, he was.
He was a great lacrosse player, and he was on the
track
track team.
You want my boy to play lacrosse? I'll kick you across the street. What's that movie?
David J says Walter Payton? Question mark.
Sweetness was good.
I love Walter Payton. Yeah. Again, they're all great. Just
now, John. I don't care. I know my Washington fans don't like what I'm about to say. John Riggins was not to me a great running back.
He
had a great year. He had a great year during those years. But he wasn't a great running back to me.
I don't believe that you really think that, Momo, because you keep saying
I tell you what, that run
other people
against the Miami Dolphins in that Super Bowl. Here comes the diesel.
I don't trust you. I don't trust it when you say I don't.
Yeah, you're right, Leo. I don't trust him. He even said that the '80s Redskins they were mediocre teams.
Yeah,
they went to 4 Super Bowls literally.
He literally doesn't like anything.
They won 2 Super Bowls on strike seasons. Come on now.
He sound like a Cowboy fan cutting down the Commanders.
Okay. Can I say this? I really want to say this about the Super Bowls, about the Washington Redskins at that time. Do you know most Washington Redskins fans hated that they won the Super Bowls in the strike season because they really didn't count them? Mark can tell you. That was a big thing in D.C.
You can't deny the '91 Redskins were a damn good football team.
Just ask Mark knows who is there.
Oh, but they sort of celebrated them though.
They celebrate, but they don't really count them. They don't count them. Most Washington Redskins fans don't count those Super Bowls.
I don't. I have to disagree with you on that.
You don't know.
You count Super Bowls. I don't give a damn if it was on strike season or not.
I lived in Alexandria and I worked at the Pentagon for a number of years.
Look at you.
And everybody that I knew who was a Redskins fan counted.
I ain't talking about them damn Pentagon.
He don't let you talk.
I'm saying I lived in the market. I've been in DC a lot.
Momo don't let you talk, Leo. He's always cutting you off.
Say that one more time.
Momo's always cutting you off.
Yeah, because he wants to go down. He's trolling. Don't believe him. He's trolling. He's saying things
Momo,
that don't make sense.
I know he's trolling, and here's the deal. I don't think Momo, he's on his cell phone, so I don't think he can hear when he don't know when to stop when we're doing this.
No, I can hear fine. I can hear you fine.
So you're just blowing by everybody. Nice. That's even worse, Momo. I got your back.
If he starts off, if he starts off the statement with, now
up,
I know
Daddy?
a lot of I know a lot of Cowboy fans ain't gonna like this, but I know a lot of Eagles fans this ain't popular. I know a lot of Washington football team fans ain't gonna like this. When he starts the statement off like that,
ain't gonna believe
D Moore is in first place. Oh shit!
Hey Momo,
D Moore, if you hold on to it, girl, you'll be able to pick out a Jobu T-shirt that Miss Tracy will make for you.
Momo.
Momo, you have any thoughts about O.J. Simpson?
Holly done took the space.
John Riggins to play for
Dude, he's
with the
taking
New York
over,
Jets,
Mark.
and they traded him for that. So I already know about that.
Any thoughts on O.J.
for the
Simpson?
Washington Redskins back in the day?
If it don't fit, he must have
when
quit.
he came from the St. Louis Cardinals, so don't get me wrong. So I know my history of the Washington Redskins. So don't never come at me sideways and say I don't know.
You know
John
what, Mark?
John Riggins had some good years, but he wasn't the best running back in. He wasn't the best running back. I'm just saying
that you don't know. That's not what we're saying. We know that you know. That's the problem. We know that you know.
What's the problem, Momo?
Listening to you is like the worst game of hide and seek ever, because we're all standing here looking at you like, you know, we see you, right?
Leo, he's like one of those dudes who just disappeared.
Momo said, I don't like hiding in closets because, you know, people, that's the first place people look is in the closet. Why would I hide in the closet?
You hide and seek. He don't ever come out. That's the problem.
We're all sitting here looking at you like, Momo, you know we see you, right? You right there.
I mean, that's the most obvious spot, the closet. Why would I hide?
Yes, Aisha.
Justin just called Momo Dan Cilio.
Oh, damn.
I don't like playing hide and go seek because it reminds me of slavery when the slaves used to escape and then they would go after them.
Get in there, Hallie.
First of all, anybody
listen,
who knows me
bro.
on this panel who messes with me,
he don't
heard
stop,
me talk.
He don't stop.
Just Blaze.
I'm serious, man. You wind him up and he just keeps going.
Damn, what'd you do, Mark?
So anything that you say about that, that's
call
fine.
him
You
too.
call
Tell him to get into my.
Hey, just Blaze. If you gonna come at me, come in a little stronger than that. I got other people who could come at me harder than what you just said.
Oh my God!
Come strong, bro.
Okay. Damn, Momo. Damn, I don't know what he's had today, but he's fired up.
God damn.
Damn.
Momo.
I told y'all.
Got that Momo's moonshine.
I told y'all. All he's doing is you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna clip this shit up and he's gonna use it as content for Momo's rant.
Man.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's all he's gonna do. Clip it up.
Hell yeah.
That's why you see. I'm telling you, y'all go for it.
Oh Lordy. Okay.
Half the shit he
tuned him
said
out
you don't
5
believe.
minutes ago. So I don't
All right.
believe me.
So the original question we had, nobody's answered in this mother humper.
Yeah, I forget, dude.
Are the Cowboys done, or will we actually address the needs that we have? Are the Dallas Cowboys satisfied that they got George Pickens?
This is my problem, Mark. This is exactly my problem. We all know what the glaring needs are on this team,
like we always do,
and they're gonna wait, hold their breath, hope that Mozzie takes not one step but 2-3 steps.
Mm-hmm.
Hope that Jay Toye out of California or UCLA, he hits a home run. It's like, okay, you guys have done a lot. This is my problem with Catboy. You have to go for the jugular here. You go out and make a trade. Randy McIntyre said it. Go make a trade for Jeffrey Simmons. Go make a trade for for somebody. Go do it. Stop holding your breath.
That killer instinct.
The no killer instinct. It's okay, we've done enough. Now everybody's on board. Now we're going to hold our breath and hope that everything works out. And then you start suffering injuries, and then it's like, oh, okay.
That's the biggest problem we always have is once we get past that top level of talent, is we drop off the face of the earth. When we went from Tyron Smith to Chaz Green, that's a killer.
That description that Game Time just gave, that sounds like some Howie shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what Howie would be doing that type of shit. Like, nah, we ain't. We need.
We're enough on the defensive line. Go get another one.
Yep.
Exactly.
And if this don't work between you and Vic, bye.
Yep.
You can be gone too. Like they.
That's my problem, Mark. We're like, we've done enough. I mean, this is the problem. We do nothing last year. We do less than nothing, and then now we do something, and it's like, oh, we did good. It's not enough, though. If you really want to compete on the upper echelon, this is why every year, Mark, we get into the playoffs and
we're worn out.
We're worn out. We throw a goose egg, and it all comes down to number 4. And I'm critical of Dak, but it's not all Dak when you can't make a team punt in the playoffs, right? If you can't make a team punt once in the playoffs,
you're done.
That's a problem, right? It has nothing to do with number 4.
And when people are doubling your yards on the ground.
Yeah, but both the games before that, when we didn't make them punt, we were making them punt both those games quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. What are you saying?
I'm saying both the 49er games, we were making them punt.
Both of the 49er games, yes.
Both the 49ers games, we held them in check. That's when you need your franchise quarterback elevate and get the job done.
There he goes. I love it.
Now, which Walker Wade is this now?
The fuck Dak Prescott Walker Wade.
That's when quarterbacks like Troy Aikman get the job done. Right there. They rise up in the playoffs.
So it's only
ahead,
so we get Evil Wade when he not driving.
Well, you know how that goes.
Okay. Go ahead, Evil Walker Wade.
I'm sorry.
But we all know, Leo, come on now. We all know those teams that played the 49ers. There are some solid Cowboy teams.
Let me read the comment. I got a request to read this comment. Danny's Dallas Cowboys Lakers Let's Go says, till Jerry the Clown and his clown son is around, we ain't doing nothing. Game time, Brian. Is that true? I'm not going to say nothing, Danny, but I will say we need to go a little bit. I hate. Listen, ladies, just close your ears. We need to go
balls deep. I knew that was coming.
I'm sorry, Mark. I'm sorry. It's your time.
Wait a minute. You don't know the ladies we have in here. Okay.
We can't mess around. We got to just send a message. You know how? You guys know. Sometimes it's fun, but sometimes you got to send a message and let them know who's boss. That's what we need to do, but we're not doing it. We're just gonna let we're gonna let.
Dan says we need to trade for Ramsey if we're serious, if we want to win.
Hey, Mark.
Yes.
I really need to talk to you, Mark.
You got the money for it,
though,
don't
you? Problem, Mark.
We were talking at the bar last night.
Yeah, we have the money.
Jerry dies. What if Steven sells the team?
He ain't selling the team.
Maybe they don't want nothing to do with it after
you
Jerry
at O'Malley's or what?
Yeah.
Well, they could probably get $15 million for him.
Do what Jenny Buss just did.
The Lakers got $10 million. You got to figure the Cowboys were 15.
I'm just saying, maybe.
No, they said the Cowboys are
says I don't want nothing to do with
Leo, can I say something about the selling of the Los Angeles Lakers the Bus family only going to get $5 billion. They're going to get half of that money. They don't get all of it.
Oh man, they're so broke.
Yeah,
I know, right? I know, right?
It's just Jeannie and her two brothers. That's it.
Yeah.
Devon
they ran
Overton
as the
says
mom and
Mark
pop
full
shop.
of shit.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
There you go,
Off the top, so y'all think Bronny James is going to be gone now because the new ownership is there?
Bronny now. He's going to retire a Laker.
Gilmore's still out there. Yes, he is.
Bronny. He's lucky he's in the league.
You gave me. So now you're all right. I got it. Thanks, Dan.
Game time. What you think of the Kevin
So Mark,
Durant
y'all are
trade?
sitting at 32. You
32.
sign Micah, you'll probably end up
About
at
42.
38, 40.
About 42.
42.
So then you can afford.
Well, but again, you've got. I mean, really, the cap is really bullshit. We do have a $16 million hit for Zach Martin, dead money next year.
Yeah, people forget about that one.
You got Tyler Smith that you need to do, but if you do get Micah signed, you can flip the trigger like you did with
100%, brother.
You could losing the 49ers 1912 is on Dak, Mark. Okay.
It is, Mark. I think we can. I don't know if it's all on Dak, but that was the situation where we held him to 19.
Yeah.
You know.
And we had no running game
Dak,
and everything else. But yeah.
That's where you make
two
your
interceptions in the end
there.
zone.
Yeah. So, game time. I know we talked about this about Deion Sanders, Shador. Now we know that he has 2 speeding tickets within days of each other. Do you really feel that would have been a black eye if he had went to the Cowboys?
Yeah, that would have
been. Would have got more. Would have made more media.
That would have been a circus, Leo. We don't need any more of a circus. I was on the Deion to the Dallas Cowboys just because I wanted relativity. I wanted to be able to command the room amongst our players. I wanted a voice that the players respected. But I think we lucked out with who we got. Now that doesn't mean that we're going to go 16 and 1.
16 and 1.
I don't know what the record's going to be. What I do know is he is commanding the room. The telltale sign will be, everybody, is when we lose a game.
What happens?
He has to rebound, right, Mark? You played the game. I mean, that's where you're going to make your hay is how you not how you are
coaching tight situation. How you coaching in a tight
after you
game?
Get your ass handed to you. What do you say to the players? And you can't keep doing a rah-rah speech. You have to come up with something. So that'll be the telltale. So it'll be interesting.
Well, I wonder how players are feeling when you think about at the last little bit of film we have on Dak is some of it is him saying we fucking suck.
It was bad, Leo.
You know,
Not
so
good.
it's like remember that? What
Dak say?
He said we fucking suck.
No, I keep telling y'all. He said,
we did.
I'm gonna get a truck or something like that. He didn't say it. What y'all talking about?
I want a new Ford truck.
Yeah, that's what he said. I want a new Ford truck. Yeah, that's it.
But from
he
a
was
team
speaking facts.
Right. At that
sucked.
time and time. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
and
I actually respect him for saying it.
But see,
I'd rather have a guy like that than maybe somebody go, no, we all right. No, you weren't. You were ass right then and there.
We were ass.
And how's the team feeling about that? You see what I'm saying? That's another one of those question marks that we won't know until you guys get into training camp and then start the season. You know, remember that one year when the defense was talking shit to Dak? You know what I'm saying? During training camp.
Oh, but hold up. Let's back this up. Okay. It was after Dak Prescott ran right on past Trayvon Diggs and made him look like he was crap. Dak got in the end zone. He said, shut your bitch ass up after he just got burnt. So I don't know that necessarily was Dak was playing bad. Dak showed off on it.
I don't think that was – I don't think it – no, but what it did do was it gave you a window into how they think of him.
No, that was wolfing out on the field, man.
This is coming from a guy who just calls his sons. What's your names for your sons?
His 7 kids.
That don't mean you don't love them because you call them dumb one,
right?
we know you love them.
I mean, seriously, how many times have I said, "Man, shut the fuck up, Leo"? Right?
Yeah.
Leo, does that mean you're Captain Dum Dum?
I'm sorry.
Does that mean you're Captain Dum Dum?
No, that means I'm senior Dum Dum.
There you go. That works.
Yeah.
Dum Dum Dum. No.
Yep.
Yeah, we got Perry and Winfrey.
Mark, you have told me shut the fuck up, but I didn't say
about 10 times every show. Okay.
But when Mark tells me to shut the fuck up, it's because I'm annoying him with
That's exactly what happened with Diggs. Dak Prescott's been eating them up all day in practice. Shut your bitch ass up, man, because he's been burning them.
Well,
you know that
all I know is that this coming season, Mark, you can hate and talk about receivers. Oh, this is training camp, the first game of the season. All I know, we going to do our shit, because the thing about Jalen Hurts, people keep forgetting. They're gonna be concentrating him running the ball or making he don't need to run the ball, be effective. He's a throwing passer. He can throw the football. He ain't like Robert Griffin. And when Robert Griffin, his leg depends on his legs. He don't need his legs to be effective. And we will have a successful season, and I'm just going to love it when we win the division, because I'm going to talk my shit.
Momo, he played one season in the league.
I don't care.
You act like you've been in the league
I'm
for a
on this
long
hype
time.
train, and nobody's getting me off of this hype train.
He played 1 year.
Get him, loyal.
1 season. Dak was good. Dak was good his rookie year.
And guess what it cost him?
He had he had one good. I'm just saying he's only been in the league one season.
He didn't have one good year.
I'm just saying. No, I'm talking about Jaden Daniels.
I'm just saying,
and he's acting like Jaden Daniels like the next Aaron Rodgers or something like that.
It's 100 million miles away. You know that. You can't compare the two.
Yeah.
I don't know why you've been doing that, Laura.
I'm
sorry. I like you a lot, but y'all miss me on. Don't do that to me. I ain't
okay.
We gotta get poor Debo Samuel off those hands.
This dude, Momo, sugar daddy.
Michael Gallup don't hurt another leg, or I don't know something.
Oh no, you can say that about that.
And Noah Brown, they're still not saying what Noah Brown's injury was.
Him too, yeah.
Y'all can say about Dak Prescott.
They don't respect y'all at all.
You don't hope that Jerry don't come back in the locker room and say, "Hey, no, I'm running the team like I'm supposed to. We lost this game against the Eagles. No, you got to get this shit together." I believe so. Jerry's gonna be Jerry, because Jerry's gonna go over there and dress the team for anybody, and now that's gonna cause all kind of confusion, and you're gonna be all the same old Cowboys all over again.
They don't respect the Commander.
Walker Wade, shout out to Walker Wade.
I don't respect certain Cowboy fans, but I respect y'all guys.
No, I'm talking about the reporters, because when Noah Brown got carted off the field,
they still haven't said what it was.
I know what you're talking about.
It said former Dallas Cowboy gets carted off the field in Commanders.
Yeah, they did. That was clickbait. That was clickbait. Actually, Noah Brown is fine. And Noah Brown's going to play. He's going to be ready for the season. He didn't tear nothing. He didn't tear no muscles. So that was all a lie.
Count on Noah Brown.
I'm going to say this, and I'm a Noah Brown fan because Noah Brown, he played at Ohio State, so I support my Buckeyes. But the only thing I remember him for was one game when he played against Oklahoma, and he had that hug catch. That's the only thing I remember Noah Brown.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember his ass against Jacksonville when he tipped the ball up for the pick six. That's what I remember his ass for.
That's been a highlight of his football career to me, was the hug catch against Oklahoma.
When does the maternity leave start for Debo?
I'm talking about Randy. Just get off my man, Debo.
God damn.
Oh, maternity leave. Damn.
Well, he is in his second trimester, isn't
he? I'm kidding with you, Momo. Don't get all upset.
It's all fun, brother. Here's the deal.
I'm not Randy. I'm good. Because
I miss the over the hill gang. Is who I miss. I miss George Allen trading all his players away and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was
Over the Hill Gang and the Fun Bunch.
He had nothing but old players. He wanted players that he could trust. That's why he got those players.
Momo,
Darren Talbot, Darren Talbot, and
Debo
McKenzie
being number one is one thing, but not having Scary Terry is a problem.
It's training. Oh my God, y'all
better sign Scary Terry.
I'm just saying. Deal with what all we hear is, oh my God, Mike is not signed. Everybody knows that Mike is going to be signed. Regardless of the ridiculous number he's going to get, he ain't going anywhere.
No, he's
Can't
not
say
going
the same
nowhere.
about Terry
Just
McLaurin.
like Scary Terry, but yet everybody trolls me saying, "Oh, Micah ain't signed. He gonna be signed. What do you care?
Yeah, he gonna be
Man, if
signed.
y'all
He
don't sign
gonna-
Scary Terry, y'all's in trouble.
What's the excuse for not having signed Terry McLaurin at this point?
They
We
all
know
do
what
it.
the Cowboys is, but what
Listen,
is?
Hold on.
Dallas is cheap, and then
No, I
dead
like
before
because
you
see,
get
here's the
your-
thing.
you
The
take
reason
the
why I'm
field.
asking this question, particularly Momo, is because this is ownership's first year.
Right.
So you can't say that this is how they act. No, you don't. You know?
I believe he's gonna
What
get
is
signed. Don't get caught up with that, Leo. Don't fall in for that trap.
Like, what is the excuse? What is the
There
reason?
is no excuse. This is it's negotiation. He has his agent probably got a number, and they say, hey, no, we're gonna do negotiations.
But here's why too. Y'all need Scary Terry there, Momo, because
He's
look at us.
gonna be there.
Remember when we had
He's
trouble?
gonna be there.
Remember we signed Des Bryant late, and look what happened. He
Right.
broke his
CD
foot too.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to get him signed.
Try CD last year.
I agree 100%. We need him to get him signed. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Y'all keep forgetting. And one thing I will say. I just thought
Only one thing
I did not like. I didn't like the owner buying Jaden Daniels' car for $500,000. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Excuse my language, Mark. I didn't understand why you buy a car at Fanatics for his rookie car for $500,000. That didn't make no sense
Josh
to me.
Harris?
Huh?
Josh Harris, right?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
All right, but do you know who he is?
I know, dude. I do know who Josh Harris is. I'm just saying I don't see a point why that made headlines.
Why are you surprised? Why are you surprised?
I'm not surprised. I didn't think it needed to be a newsworthy thing for me.
Okay,
bro, this dude throws the biggest parties in the Hamptons and has everybody there. Is friends with everybody, all the hip hop guys.
Did you
and all
go?
that stuff.
Did you go, Leo?
You're surprised
did
that
you
it
go,
made
Leo?
News?
Did you go?
What?
Did you go to the party?
No.
Okay. So why are you talking about it then?
Because you said you're upset that he bought him
it's not newsworthy for me.
You're
As a
upset that he
Washington
bought him
fan,
a
that's not
$500,000
newsworthy
car,
for me.
right?
It's not newsworthy.
No, you're upset that it was news that he bought that he
No,
bought
I
a
was,
$500,000
the
car.
newsworthy thing is that Washington get some offense, get some guys could play defense.
Wait a
That'll be
minute. Now you
newsworthy.
changing
to
the
me.
Okay. Well,
look, you obviously don't know who your owner is. That's cool.
It does. Leo, you keep saying like I don't know my owners. Who cares? He throws parties. You caught up in the clickbait.
No,
get
I'm not
off,
caught up.
Get off the internet, Leo. Get off the internet.
Dude's
please.
got how many different franchises? $500,000 is chump change to those guys, man.
Wait a minute,
No, Bob,
Momo, what was he
I don't
doing?
understand why it's newsworthy.
Do you know
That's
what
all.
else he owns? Do you know what other team he owns?
76ers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. A basketball team.
That's how I know. Because he owns the
talking about?
76ers.
That's
how I know.
Leo,
I know
you
about
act like I
Devils,
don't
Leo.
know this.
I'm just saying, like, what do you like?
Up
How
near
are
you,
you,
bro.
surprised?
Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time. In my personal opinion,
What do you
I don't believe this is a newsworthy thing. The newsworthy thing is we get some players so we can stop the run.
What run?
That would be
Run
the
was
most
last year.
newsworthy thing for me as a fan.
Your run was last year, Leo. You gave up 55 in a meaningful game. You got smoked when
I need you to make the distinction. I'm Leo, he's Momo. You keep calling him Leo. That's the second time you did that.
No, I was saying Leo to you, and then Momo to him. I'm sorry. No, I was saying Leo to him.
Jeff Lee is right. I thought this was the Dallas Cowboy channel.
No, I was saying Leo. You get him.
Well, you get him.
No, I mean you were owning him.
Yeah. Like look, Momo. You don't understand why, and I'm telling you why, because he comes from that cloth. He's from that type of era. He does that type of stuff. I know these things because I live in Market. He owns the Sixers. That's how we know
He
this
owns
stuff.
the Devils too.
Yeah, he owns it. Yeah, and I'm right in the middle of it all. So
that's what I mean.
Are you a
regular
76ers fan, Leo?
Yes, this is a regular thing that he does.
Okay.
He runs and so don't be surprised. It seems to me like I know a little bit more about your ownership than you do.
No, and that's not about you know more ownership. Cause I know how he throws. I know how he owned the Devils and owned the 76ers. I'm just saying, for me, we need players on that team.
That is the Sixers, Momo. Good luck.
No, I'm a homebody fan. I love my Washington Wizards, but they suck ass.
Listen. I'm not even going to go there because, again, I'm a Sixers fan, so that's that. I have no dog in that fight. But what I will tell you, is you should. It's not a good thing that you don't have Scary Terry signed at this point.
Oh, Sugar Daddy. Actually, he does own part. Magic Johnson does own part of the team. So if you don't get your information right, just get it all right.
Yep. He's part of that ownership group. Yep.
Yeah.
It's not a majority share. I can tell you. I mean, a majority share.
Yeah, Jeff. I am high, but yeah. That's pretty accurate. Look, fellas. I think that considering the things that we have seen comes to the Dallas Cowboys,
Magic has 4%.
I think you guys should be cautiously optimistic.
That's what I've been saying all along, Leo.
I as someone on the outside looking in, I'm just like, man.
Don't get me wrong, I support my team, but I'm just saying I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm realistic.
Yeah, what's funny is I get and understand why you guys should be excited. I do see the differences and the changes. I'm in agreement with Game Time with the whole thing about getting not resting on your laurels and bringing in more talent than and not sitting still for this. But at the same time, because of who we're talking about, if I were you guys, I'd be cautiously optimistic. That's the way I would look at it.
It's your birthday.
But here's the deal.
I just
everybody keeps saying we need to sign this person, this person, and this person. Yeah, we do, but we don't even know half the players
that you have now.
What they're capable of.
Yep. Did you guys just sign two other guys like the other day?
System. That's what I want to see. I want to see
two UFL guys. Leo.
I want to see how they get coached up. Hey,
not everybody's going to be a Brandon Aubrey.
Leo, they placing a
Turpin
bet
and Aubrey. They were.
I know, but there we go, Leo. See, we got two guys who hit, and everybody thinks everybody we signed from the UFL. We signed a couple guys last year that didn't do shit.
No.
I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying I want to see how they get coached up.
I'm pointing it out
with the new coaching staff we have.
I agree with you, Leo.
I'm counting it as in the realm of
possibly
activity.
Heisenberg.
Good activity. That to me, now do we know if that activity is going to work? But you know what though? It's activity. It seems to sound like
it's better than not, right, Leo?
Right. Someone
I agree.
Sort of kind of agrees with you, Game Time, up in there. That's a decision maker because they're still bringing in players. So who knows? One of those guys might hit.
Okay.
Yeah, again,
I really need to talk
agree
to
with you, Leo,
about something, Mark.
Here we go.
Okay.
Momo's rant. Here we go, brother. Go ahead.
No, it's no rant. I just want to. I'm asking Mark and you.
Took a breath.
I need to talk to both of y'all guys. One of you, the two. I need to talk to y'all guys about something very. I really do.
All right. Well, I've actually got a house full of guests here, so I actually need to go up here and cook some burgers and stuff to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. We got the NBA Finals. That's why everybody's asking me if I'm doing a live stream. We got the NBA Finals. You want me to do a live stream? Or you gonna watch the finals? I'm
not watching that bullshit.
Of course you're not, because you hate everything, Mikey.
No, I just don't like the NBA right now. It's hot garbage.
Damn, Momo, who got you fired up?
Anyway,
it's hot garbage right now.
All right. Well, let me say.
All they do is shoot threes and layups.
Hold on. Okay, Momo, shut up. Shut up.
Just mute him, Mark. Mute him.
You talk too much. Man, you're nagging me to death.
National Geographic.
All right. So Holly Pierce.
Naked and Afraid tonight.
Hold on. Holly Pierce is in our first place, and Holly has won before. So I am going to go ahead, and I don't think I'm going to give it to D Moore. Shout out to D Moore. We definitely want some more. D Moore, email me cowboysmark94@gmail. And let me know your size. Oh, okay, now I'm asking your size, shirt size, and stuff like that. I'm not trying to be a creeper or anything like that.
He's creeping.
And if you go to Cowboy Joe Boo and take a look at the shirts and things like that, you can see if you want one of those, or if you want something like customized, like we did one for God, I can't remember her name, but a custom one where she was a Cowboy fan, where she took and made an avatar of her and put on a shirt and things. Just let me know. But email me, cowboysmark94@gmail, and Miss Tracy, pass on the size to her and let her know what she'd like. And as always, I appreciate everybody. I still say Randy looks like Randy White. I'm telling you.
He's a manster.
We get him some black glasses. He'll look just like him.
What I want to say is, I want to say prayers for our military, because you don't know what's fixing to happen here. It could really get ugly, and I my heart goes out to all the families there, because it could get ugly.
Yeah, not just the military. Anybody who's American that's in the Middle East right now.
Kids that's in the military, so I definitely agree with you, Randy.
I've done multiple tours.
I'm ex-military too, and I still get generals.
Jeff Lee says you be creeping. I know, Jeff, because I asked you what your size was too, buddy.
When they say death to America, brother,
they mean it.
So.
Yeah, you got. There's crazies out there.
Mesopotamia, guys, the beginning of civilization, and they've been fighting ever since.
Look, this is all this is someone else's plan, not ours. But I will say, when they start talking about sending in ground troops, that's when you really should start getting worried.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You don't want that. Like I said, I've operated in both Iraq and Afghanistan, and we don't want to go.
No,
you don't want.
We
that.
don't want that.
You know what happens, Leo?
Yeah, we don't want that.
Men start coming back in boxes. So
yep. Been there, done that. Had it happen. So I know all too well.
Yeah, Leo, my hat's to you, because I'm ex-military, but I didn't have to. I went in the 80s, and it was like a Cold War.
Good times. That was good. Yeah, those were the good old days.
Yeah, I got a tank driver upstairs in the Desert
West
Storm.
Virginia, possibly.
They're crazy.
Maybe later.
Yeah. He definitely
got a few screws loose, don't he?
He got a big ass truck too that he still drives now.
Yep. Everything got to be big with them.
That's it exactly.
What you talking about, Leo? You talking about who's that?
No, he has a tanker up in his house right now.
Oh,
shit! So I was like, they're a little off.
Definitely, most definitely. That's a little.
There's certain MOSs, there's certain services where you look at it and you go, okay, no, that's not the one you want. No,
because I know guys in the military was in artillery. Those fools lose. You can lose it.
I know. I literally said 10 minutes ago, I gotta get out of here. Calm down. All right, good people. I appreciate y'all, and keep the faith, because we're only 74 days. 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 30 seconds away from kickoff against the Philadelphia Eagles, where we're going to punch them in the throat.
And D Moore, you need to put your money on me if you're going to do that.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, I'm the short bet.
What happened? What did she say?
You short, all right.
Yeah. Oh, Mark, I will not. So
you can't go. Surprise.
Yeah, I'll be in Martha's Vineyard. I didn't know. So I forgot
Martha's Vineyard. Look at you, man.
Please, it's not all right. It's not all right. It's a family.
You can go to Eagles Play. Martha's Vineyard.